Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. First, I want to say Happy New Year. I know New Year was quite a bit ago, but this is my first voiceover of 2024. If you've noticed, I have been a little bit more active on the channel for the past month or so, and that's because I've missed making content for you all. Making content, Sims content specifically, is one of my happy places. So I decided to get into the habit of doing like these quick little speed builds like the 3x3 few 3x3 rooms that I did, and the house that was made out of a bunch of the 3x3 rooms that I did. But this speed build is a little bit different. This is an older save file that I've resurrected for the sake of content. It's one where the save is fairly new, so I don't get the lag issues that happen with save files that have been around for quite some time, like my Matrix Legacy, which is now on generation 31 or 32, I think. I would love to be able to make content for you all about that legacy. Also, the foils. I know I did a lot of foil content on this channel in the past, but right now I'm having lag issues with those save files, and I really don't want to suffer through that in the process of making content, and I don't want you all to have to sit through that either. So with this save file, Radha and Jada are a couple who have been living in this microhome. And at the beginning of this year, I decided it's time for them to get a little bit more space. I found myself feeling pretty frustrated with trying to make everything work with two adults, a dog, and a cat in a microhome. And I felt like I would have more fun if I had more space for them to live in. So I decided to expand out to a now it's a tiny home. Okay, so if you have 32 tiles and under, it's considered a micro home in The Sims 4, and for a tiny home residential. And if you have between 33 and 64 tiles, it's considered a tiny home. So I decided to expand out to a tiny home. I did not use all 64 tiles that are available, at least not yet. I may at some point in time, especially since their kitchen ends up being kind of narrow. Not sure I really like the final design of the kitchen. I may go back and modify that at some point. But for now, they are living in this tiny home space. I think I ended up using maybe 50 tiles. It wasn't much, but I do have a little bit more room to work with if I want to give them more space. So here you see that I'm modifying the kitchen. I already expanded the bathroom, and actually what I did was entirely take off the small bathroom that was originally part of this build, and I put my Memories of the Sea 3x3 bathroom. I wanted them to have a full bath with a shower, and since there's some extra space, since the bathtub and the shower are combined, then I gave them a washer dryer. I figured we'll have a little bit more space, but let's add a bit more challenge by also putting laundry. So now there's a possibility of there being laundry piles taking up space and things like that. Just adds a little bit more realism to the build. I also upgraded some of the landscaping. You know, I've been having a lot of fun with my builds, just getting more comfortable with trying different things in terms of landscaping. Landscaping was one of those things that I got pretty good at, and I'm still seeing ways that I can continue to grow and expand my landscaping capabilities. So I decided to put gravel around the various bushes, extend that to underneath the house, add some more flowers around the trees, move the trash can to a place that I felt made more sense. I didn't do anything with the backyard as far as I can remember. Not really anyway, but I definitely dressed up the front yard. One of the things that I had wanted to do was have a window on that bump out on the front of the house. And I don't think I found one that I was really pleased with. I tried a number of different things. I've also used a lot of CC in this build because it's not going up on the gallery. It's just going in my own library because I can see myself using this build for some other saves in the future. But I had wanted to put a window on that bump out in the front, and I couldn't find one that I really liked. So I ended up leaving that off. That's something else that I may revisit, just like the kitchen. I might expand the main living area a little bit just to give myself some more space to make the kitchen a little bit larger. At this point, I expanded out the bedroom area because I just wanted them to have more space. I want them to have space. I wanted them to have space for a real table to eat at. Up to this point, they hadn't had that. They had to sit on the bed or they had to sit outside, even if the weather was bad. And I really didn't want that for them. I wanted them to have a little table inside by the window that they could sit at. So that's what I'm doing here. Changed to the colors. I found myself going with this like burnt orange and red, burnt orange and maroon theme throughout the house. I really liked how that looked. Um, and also, of course, fixing the roof. Because, it's easy, at least for me, it's easy to forget that when I modify the footprint of the house, I would also need to modify the roof. And I am so sorry if you're hearing all of these sirens going by. I don't know why the Bronx decided that now, while I'm recording, is the time for emergency services to have to go down my street specifically. But hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to record that over unless I go back and listen and you all just can't hear me at all due to the sirens. Otherwise, I'll leave it. That's reality for where I live. So here I am dressing up the front a little bit. I really didn't like how it looked bare without a window. I didn't like how that floodlight looked. So I put some wisteria and some vines out front, a little light on the front door. Then some more lights, changing out some of the lights and rearranging things a bit in the backyard, just a little bit, just so that it looks a little bit more coherent. Originally, in that corner where the workbench was, had been a tub that they were able to use to wash the dog, or if they wanted a bath and the weather was warm, they could go out and bathe out there. But now they don't need that because they have a bathtub in the house in their nice, spacious new bathroom. I wanted to also find space for their decoration box, but I wasn't successful at that. So the decoration box for now is still outside. Eventually, I'll find a spot for it. Like I said, I still have some wiggle room in terms of increasing the footprint of the house. I have up to 64 tiles, and it looks like I just used 46. So I have a bit of wiggle room that I can make the house a little bit bigger and find some space for their decoration box inside. I'm putting on the finishing touches. You see, I put in a wood paneling accent wall behind the bed. Adding a rug to underneath the bed so they get out of the bed. They don't have to step on cold wood floors. And adding some decorations in. So that is Radha and Jada's slightly expanded tiny home. It was fun to come and chat with you all. I hope you enjoyed the speed build, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.